ioEther. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more Sky Factory. So this is effectively going to be a podcast kind of thing. And so since you guys were last here, I did a little bit of improvements. I expanded this and I added some more stuff. I don't remember exactly what you guys were last seeing and what you weren't. And so the world's probably changed a little bit. This is an apple tree, by the way. So for... obviously not right now, but at some point this is probably going to be a food source, or at very least it's going to be decoration, and then we're just going to kind of go from there. Let's see. This is a wall. Why is it here, you may ask? Well, it's here because I kind of decided that I want a challenge. I can do Sky Factory. I know I can do Sky Factory because I've done it many times before, and so yeah, there's the achievement book, and you can go through all these and do all of them, and it well, it becomes challenging, I guess, but I want to make it more challenging, so I'm gonna put up some rules that I have to follow. Or challenges, or rules, I think is the better definition. I have a few in mind, but of course the more you guys help out, the more suggestions you guys post, then the more rules we'll end up with. I have room on this particular wall for 9 right now. I don't know how big this is going to get, but this is probably going to be the center of our base when we expand this platform. And so I'll expand it around the wall, or I'm never going to keep the wall on the edge. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to end up expanding this way at some point. I don't know what's going to be on the side yet, but we'll see. Wow, that's a lot more stuff that you can do on a sign. Huh. Enable. Yeah, sure. Let's put shadow on this text. So we'll go with rule. No, shadow's bad. No shadow. Or can we can change the color? No. Oh, look at that. Ooh, pretty. So yeah, let's go with this. Rule. Number. That's not the number sign. That's not the number sign either. There we go. Yeah, so why can't I find the number sign? I will tell you on the next line. I'll show you rather on the next line. So let's turn no. Let's increase the size of that so everybody can see that, and then we'll go down to line number 3 and put the actual rule. And we're gonna take the color back to black. Anyway, so I don't know is the general answer. So when last time I did a complete wipe of my system and reinstalled everything, after I did that, I get this. So when I hit Shift 2, that's not an @ symbol, but that's what I get when I press the @ symbol button. And then of course when I hit the quotations mark button, I get an @ symbol. And Shift 3 does this. That's a pound sign, like for British pounds. But I get the $sign too, so there's that. And like the rest of the numbers work as far as like 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, all function as you would think they would. And then I hit the that's right next to the backspace. I don't know what that's supposed to be called. That's not what that is. That's a tilde. That's normally on the other side. So what happens if I hit the tilde button? Well, that's interesting. And oh yeah, no, so that one's fine. So it's just when I hit shift that everything screws around. And for the longest time, what button was it that I couldn't hit? Well, I guess all that's fine. I guess it was the number sign, or the hashtag, whatever. That for the longest time I was trying to figure out how the heck to use it, because I couldn't find it on the keyboard. And then one day I was typing something and was holding shift for some reason and tried to hit backspace and missed. And I'm like, oh, that's where the hashtag button is. But anyways, yeah. So the keyboard's a little funky, and no, it's not the actual keyboard, because before I did the reset of the operating system, it worked fine. And now it doesn't. And I don't know what happened in the meantime. I've looked in all the settings. All the settings look like they're set up right, as far as I can tell. Except it's not right. And I'm not going to reset the system again just to change that. So anyways, back to the rules. So rule number 1. How to phrase this. How to spell this. Let's get my phone turned on so I can figure out spellings, because me and spellings are great. Well, that's unfortunate. That's how you spell that. Well, sure then. Oops, sorry, I knocked the mic around. I didn't mean to do that. That's my bad. Okay. So let's spell achievement, because I am bad at spelling. As you can tell by the fact that there's no V there. And this is when I'm copying things down, like, good word. Book in order. There we go. Achievement book in order. So that's rule number 1. Oh, that looks cool, actually. Can I edit the sign now? No. Bother. Okay, well, whatever. Probably go with the bright blue next time instead of the bright red. The bright red's way too... You know what? It bugs me too much. Okay, so this twice. This to blue. And let's try that, and we'll go with... No. No. Rule. No. Number 1. Right. I'm sorry. Hashtag is not shift. Whatever's right next to the shift backslash, isn't it? If I hit shift backslash, I get a hashtag. What? I don't know how. That's just what's going on right now. Now let's see if I can spell achievement for the second time in 5 minutes. Achievement book in order. Here we go. Achievement book in order. Cool. And that's much easier on the eyes. Cool. And so that means that I'm gonna go way back to the beginning. Yeah. Use a crook on. We did that before. Twerk a sapling into a tree. We did that. We did this. Infect leaves with a silkworm. Did I do that yet? Yes, I have strings, so I have in fact turned the entire tree white, and then gotten. Yep, I did that, and so we're on to sieve, craft a sieve and string mesh. Cool. So we're gonna do this. I have 64 dirt, so it's all ready to start sieving. Why am I opening this chest? I don't know. Where's my crafting table? It's over there. We're gonna do this. So I get some food, and so I get rid of the leaves in a helpful way. And then I'm just going to combine these two to get one of them out of my inventory. In the meantime, let's make a sieve. Which, the recipe has changed since the last time I did this, so, yeah. I had to look this up the first time, but there we go. There's a sieve. And there's a string mesh. And so we're just going to plop that down there, and we can't use it until, whoops. Yeah, we put a mesh in it, and then now we have a sieve. Cool. So now we do this until we get some good stuff. And so I'm just going to do this for a little bit. While I'll talk about some other stuff. So I've already decided what the rule for next episode is going to be, and you guys will find that out next episode. Other than that, though, I need suggestions for rules. I don't want anything game breaking, but if it does slow me down, even if it slows me down quite a bit, I'm okay with that. Because truth be told, it's a single player thing, right? I mean, I'm not going to slow anyone else down by me going slower, and I don't mind taking my time a little bit and doing things the way you guys want them done. Also, there's at least 2 fans out there who are really into the modded stuff, and so maybe you guys have some suggestions on ways to make this a little harder for someone who considers himself to be expert. I'll put myself at expert level at doing this modded Sky Factory stuff. I'm not going to put myself at master tier because that's way too arrogant for me. But yeah, definitely consider myself an expert. Though I feel like a newbie again because of the fact that I keep looking for things that aren't in this mod pack. But anyway, so that should be enough dirt. So we're just going to finish sifting it. And I like my sieves to be completely clean of whatever was the last block I threw into them. Because, yeah. So we got 64 stone pebbles. We turn this into cobblestone. And we're going to turn most of these into cobblestone. And now we have 27 cobblestone. We also have some grass seeds. Those are really important. We're going to need those later. We got oak seeds. We're just going to go ahead and vein miner this. And then plant these and turn them as saplings. Because I'd rather them be in saplings, they stack easier than in seed form. We also got some other seeds which we'll use eventually. Ooh, carrot seeds. I need those. I need those in my other thing, actually. Don't really need them in this one, but it's not really the point. Throw all of this in here, including the signs. I don't need the signs right now. Throw in a bunch of that. So now, first thing we're going to make is actually something like this. So grab one of these. And one of these. And one of these. And that's it for now. Where do we want our furnace to be? Let's cook under the apple tree. Why not? We're going to throw these in here. Actually, we're going to throw this. Just put it in the chest. Why did I just put it in the chest? Throw these in there and throw that in there. And yeah, I know it's way too much and I don't care. Let's actually just take half that back out again. And let those cook up. And while that's cooking up, it will give me the opportunity to start work on the next thing. So the next thing that's got to get done is we're going to turn a bunch of these into slabs. That's not nearly enough, which means I need to go back to sieving. So that's... But first we're going to grab these and we're going to turn it into somewhere bright so you guys can actually see. And so I don't get mob spawning, so we're going to hit F7. And everywhere where there's a yellow X, this is the these are places where it's possible for a mob to spawn. And when you don't have any armor and you don't have any weapons, bad guys are the best way to die. So let's not let them spawn. No, that's not where I wanted to put that, but it's good enough for now. I'm trying to maximize the usage of the torches because I don't have all that many, and so I don't want to, you know, maybe in a little bit I'll have a few, but I still don't want to use them all right now. And we're just gonna do that to make sure that nothing ever spawns up there, and you won't be able to see it from the ground. It'll still look all pretty. You can kind of see it, but it's not. The point is that it's safe. That we're safe. That is the point. And so now I can go running around my big platform without worrying about things spawning in on the other side and killing me and ruining my whole day. Throw that out there. I shouldn't need that again. We got some of this going, so we're just going to replace that with that so that it burns more efficiently. Also going to throw in the rest of that so that we finish that off, and then we're going to go back to sieving some dirt. And so while I finish sieving this dirt, I might as well talk a bit about some of the stuff I talked about last week. So like the doctor's appointment, I don't know if I made it clear last week why I was so freaked out about the doctor's appointment. It wasn't that it was a doctor's appointment where I was going to get a physical. Yeah, it was my first real physical, but whatever. It was the fact that I've spent over a year getting to this point with the K1 visa, and if anything went wrong with that doctor's appointment, I probably wasn't going to be able to schedule another one in before my interview, which would have screwed up my interview, which would have meant I'd have to start a lot of this process, if not the entire process, all over again. So that was the stress. It wasn't being poked or prodded, though. That definitely, got my attention at the time. It was the fact that if this went badly, I was going to lose like a year of my life, and possibly not get married, which would have been bad. And so yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. We're just going to put it that way. Just do that. And so, yeah. But the whole thing went off really, really well. It's not over and done with, but the majority of it is, and obviously everything went fine. So now, let's see. The wall is off to this side. The apple tree is over there. There's not really anything going on. You know what? Let's go this way. There's nothing going on this side, so just sounds scared me. I looked over here and I saw this as yellow, and I was like, wait, why can mobs spawn here? I thought I put a torch there. Yeah, I did. Let's find the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's a little irritating, but I guess it'll work. So we're gonna move this out because I am going to try. Oh, I've forgotten something, haven't I? I was all set to start setting up to do lava generation or cobblestone gen, but I've forgotten something really important, which I guess I can put off over here anyway because I got the space now. No, we're gonna. Where do we mostly walk around here, so I guess I don't really want to put it over this way, but whatever. We gotta build a mob farm. Not necessarily an entire farm, but we gotta build a place where I don't mind letting a couple of mobs spawn, a couple of bad guys, and then I gotta kill them in such a way that I don't die. And then none of my stuff gets blown up, because that is also bad. So how many blocks are we from here? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about right. So let's make a mob farm over here, and then we'll make the cobble gen over here, and then that way we will preserve the uniqueness of this bridge and also get some use out of it. So let's get a ton of slabs going, because I'm going to need all of them, and then some. That's probably enough. And the best thing about Minecraft, you can't do this in actual Minecraft, but say I end up with 64 spares. Well, no, I just turn them back into blocks. Now I can't subdivide them in my in that inventory again, but I can just walk over here and do this, right? So I quite enjoy that aspect. Ooh, I'm a little bit hungry. And actually, we're gonna put this in here. Oh no, I don't want that. That in there, and to make it all. We're gonna put that in there. Anything else that's on me that's important? No. Okay, cool. And the reason I'm not taking anything important over here is because if I die, I don't want to die with things I need on me. Okay, so we're just gonna start building, and we're gonna make this. That's fine. It's 4 that way. So it's what? 10 all told. 11, I guess. 8 plus 3 is 11. Yeah. Okay. So while I start doing this, I might as well talk a bit about last week and when I got off work. So I got off work at this a bit earlier than I normally do at one point last week, and so I didn't expect there to be a tree there. I left work this same way I normally do, and I walked to the to where I get the streetcar, and I waited for probably 5 minutes or something, and then after waiting for a little bit, I saw a streetcar, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I reached into my wallet, grabbed my my card that lets me get onto the streetcar without worrying about fussing for change. It's basically like prepaying for the month, and so I grabbed that, and the streetcar came up, and it's and the streetcar stops in the middle lane of this 4-lane road through the middle of Toronto. It's one of the it's not a main thoroughfare, but it's one of the busier roads. And so you have to cross a lane of traffic to get to the streetcar. But for a car to pass a stopped streetcar is as bad as a car running a red light. You will get fined and all that just as badly if you blow through a red light as if you pass a streetcar when it's stopped. And so yeah, and so I was I always pay more attention when the streetcar is around, because sometimes people are dumb and don't stop quite as far back as they should, and so that makes me nervous. And so it was 12 o'clock at night. It wasn't like the place was busy or anything. Cars were coming through like every minute or two, whereas on the busier parts of the day, that particular street would have cars through, like, you know, 1 or 2 a second kind of thing, right? Or maybe 1 or 2 every 1 or 2 seconds, but something like that, right? A lot of cars normally. Whereas at night, you can pretty much jaywalk whenever you want to and be fine. That's probably big enough. So pop this down in the corner just because I might as well make it look pretty, right? Why not? How long have I been recording this? Way longer than I meant to. I'll finish this story and then I will wrap this up for you guys. 20-minute episodes. I'm gonna have a hard time sticking to that. Let's see. We're gonna do like that, which means I need another layer. Cool. Anyways, so streetcar's on its way, and I didn't really think anything of it. I got my ID out, or my card or whatever, and it was another guy waiting for the streetcar with me. Don't know if he was homeless, but I assume he was, based on how bad he looked and the fact that just, you know, demeanor and stuff like that. And so I was a little bit wary of him, and probably paying more attention to him than I necessarily should have been. And so the streetcar comes and stops like normal, and I look both ways like I normally do, but again, I may not have been paying as much attention as I probably ought to have been. And the guy was on my left, so I couldn't see around him quite as well as I'd be comfortable with now. But anyway, so I step off the curb, and I was glad that I stepped off the curb. I hesitated a little bit before I stepped off the curb to look both ways, because if I hadn't hesitated, or the streetcar had come in faster than that's the wrong thing. Faster than I was anticipating it would, or whatever. Well, a silver sedan went flying through the light. Past the streetcar, blew through the light, and just continued on as if there hadn't been anyone in the street. As if there hadn't been a red light there, as if there hadn't been a streetcar there. I came about less than a foot from not coming home again. It freaked me right out, as I'm sure you can guess it would. And I just, like, it came close enough to me that, I mean, my first reflex when it was flying through and I noticed it, which was about when I was about like 3-4 feet away, was to stop moving. But you know that bit of momentum you have as you step off a curb when you've almost passed the point of no return and you can't really stop anymore? Well, that's pretty much where I was. My body kept moving forward, even though I had decided suddenly and violently that I did not want to continue moving forward. And so I did everything in my power to stop moving forward, and like from my arms backwards and stuff, and my body just like slowly was tilting forward. And thankfully the guy was going fast enough that he was past me in that instant, and by the time I stepped back down again onto the street to catch my balance, he was like 4 or 5 feet away from me. But the fact that he was going, like, he was speeding on a freaking in-town street, like, it was bad. It wasn't good. And so yeah, that is my story of how I almost got hit by a streetcar, hit by a car, and that is the second time in my life that's happened to me. And I just, you know, after the first time, maybe I should, like, the first time is the reason I look both ways every time I cross the street. Even when, like, it shouldn't be possible, like, even when crossing, like, one-way streets and stuff. Which, wait, why is there... Oh, this is in shadow again. Interesting. Torch there. Even when crossing, like, one-way streets and stuff, just because occasionally people are stupid and I don't want to die because somebody's an idiot. And I didn't bother checking, but, I obviously need to do that more often because I almost did. So, yeah. I'm okay. He obviously didn't actually hit me, but that's only because I tried to stop as soon as possible. Okay, so the mob farm's done. We're in a 30-minute episode. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I said everything I wanted to say. I got to tell my story about how I'm almost dying, which was cool, I guess. And now, so because those X's are red in there, by the way, that means that in there, things are guaranteed to spawn. As soon as I am a little bit farther away, things will start spawning in here. And through a glitch in Minecraft, these half slabs actually count as full blocks as far as letting light in or not. So as far as the game's concerned, in there is pitch black, and no light is getting in at all. But I can obviously see inside. And so we're just going to walk away a bit over here, and things are going to start spawning, yeah, pretty much immediately. And so, yeah, we'll let that go. I will continue to grind this stuff out off camera, and then next week, or maybe later this week, we'll see when this episode comes out. I might end up doing another episode. I've actually gotten quite a kick out of doing this, and I definitely want to do more all the time, so we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Again, please hit the like button if you want to support the channel and help me out, and tell your friends. And for now, this is going to be the space where I talk to you guys about whatever is on my mind / whatever you guys want to talk to me about. So if you have questions for me, drop them in the comments, and I will answer them on the next episode. Also, don't forget, I need more rules. So I got one lined up for next week, but then after that, I don't have one lined up. So just go ahead and drop me some more rules in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.